Holmes and Watson at Breakfast by Rom Watson. The location, 221B Baker Street, London. The time, 1901. A large, airy sitting room, cheerfully furnished and illuminated by two broad windows. John Watson sits drinking a cup of tea. Mrs. Hudson enters. She is the landlady and lives in the dwelling below Holmes and Watson.
Are you all right?
Yes. Why wouldn't I be?
Last night I heard noises coming from up here. Was wondering if someone was hurt.
Hurt? No.
Didn't you hear it? Someone crying out.
No, Oh, yes. I'd forgotten. I did hear something, but assumed Holmes was having a bad dream.
Oh, cocaine will do that to you. So I'm told. Wouldn't know about it myself. Shall I bring up the breakfast?
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson, but I'm not sure what Holmes has planned for today. Come back in 10 minutes and I'll let you know.
Very good, sir.
I wonder if he'll stay in bed all day to avoid me.
Sherlock Holmes enters.
Good morning, Holmes.
Good morning.
Sleep well?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Better than I've slept in quite a long time.
I'm glad to hear it. I made tea.
Thank you, Watson.
What would you like with your ham and eggs this morning? Square sausage or black pudding?
Square sausage or black pudding? Sausage or pudding? Watson, last night you displayed talents I did not know you possessed.
I am learned on many subjects.
I found that out. And just where did you learn such things?
I attended an all-boys British boarding school.
Ah.
Yes.
So the rumors about such establishments are true?
The rumors don't begin to tell the half of it.
I'm glad I was privately tutored and not sent away to boarding school.
Probably best for all concerned.
Did you continue this activity while in the army?
Good God, no. The army nearly put me off men completely.
How so?
Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but most men are pigs.
Present company excluded, I presume?
You are the reason 221B Baker Street looks like a pigsty.
Does not look like... suppose it is a bit unkempt.
All it needs to make it indistinguishable from a pigsty is the addition of corn cobs and a layer of straw.
You exaggerate and you know it.
A bit, for comic effect, but only a bit.
A messy desk is a sign of an intelligent mind.
You would say that.
Sorry you find my habits so abhorrent.
Fortunately, when it comes to your personal hygiene, you are as fastidious as a cat, which I always appreciate.
I never skimp on my ablutions. I believe I understand the impetus of your actions, if not the actions themselves.
Do you?
The death of your beloved Mary.
Yes.
In light of last night, I can't help but wonder why you married in the first place.
I love women.
And why turn your attentions to me?
Just because I prefer tea does not mean I don't sometimes enjoy a good cup of coffee. One can like both, despite a marked preference.
Extremely logical.
Thank you.
For some reason, this morning I find logic irritating.
You cannot pretend you didn't enjoy it because I know otherwise.
Not pretending
I was there.
Any such thing, but why were you there?
What's gotten your hackles up?
I am not a bird, therefore I do not have hackles.
Then what's gotten your dander up? I assume you do have dander.
What weakness, what flaw did you see in me?
Weakness? Flaw? What are you on about, Holmes?
Why did you assume that I would want to participate with you?
Ah, now we come to it. You think I spotted an inclination and made a calculated attack.
Do you deny it?
Of course I deny it. I spotted no inclination. I made no attack. For once, Holmes, you are wrong.
Pray, how so?
Showing affection is never a weakness. Sharing pleasure is never a weakness.
But there is something inherently feminine about that type of activity.
Femininity is not a flaw.
It is in a man.
Why? I know we're taught that the female is the weaker sex, but after seeing countless women give birth, I can tell you that is a lie perpetuated by men.
I see some merit in your argument. Continue.
Men and women are alike in that they both have a masculine side and a feminine side to their personalities. Like two sides of the same coin, the qualities cannot be separated. One side is simply on display more than the other.
Interesting.
That type of activity between men is not a weakness, no more than it is when done by a man and a woman, or two women for that matter.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
If there is any weakness involved, it's the weakness of not admitting that there is nothing wrong with it.
At the time, I remember I was struck by the rightness of it.
You would do well to remember that rightness.
But why now? After all these years? You never came to my bed before you met Mary.
Because then I had hope. Hope of meeting a woman and falling in love, getting married and having a family.
And now Mary is dead, your hope is gone? Watson, you could meet another woman. You're not so old. You haven't lost all your looks.
How solicitous. Such words of comfort.
I'm not saying it in the best way, perhaps, but I know you catch my meaning.
I do.
Then why surrender all hope? Why concede to old age before you're old?
Because I'm never going to find another woman I want to wed. It took me decades to find Mary. Decades to find a woman who wasn't a twit or a schemer.
Or a shape-shifting succubus whose sole aim is to drain the life out of you.
Listen to yourself. Your misogyny is in full bloom this morning.
I am not a misogynist. I am a misanthrope.
I stand corrected.
The relevant point I am trying to make is just because I am not enthralled by women does not automatically mean I'm enthralled by men.
I know.
And yet you still came to me in the middle of the night. How did you know I wouldn't reject you?
I didn't. Holmes, I did not see anything within you that led me to assume that you would want to engage in that type of activity. I simply took a risk.
Big risk.
It was one I was willing to take.
Perhaps you were lucky.
Or perhaps I know you better than you think.
Or perhaps not at all. What was to stop me from punching you or calling the police?
You wouldn't do either of those things.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know you love me. Not in a romantic way, but as a friend. And I needed a friend last night. Yes, you might have rejected me from your bed, but you wouldn't reject me from your life. I'm your best friend, your only friend.
Undoubtedly so. You must not make mention of this in your stories.
Oh no. Readers are more astute at reading between the lines than most authors give them credit for. I will make absolutely no references to that aspect of our relationship.
Probably best for all concerned. In that case, what do you say we turn in early this evening?
Excellent idea.
Then it's settled.
But tonight we'll use my room.
Why?
Your room is a mess.
Shall make a point to keep it tidy in future.
Thank you.
What shall we have for breakfast? I'm famished.
Ah, Mrs. Hudson, has it been 10 minutes already?
Good morning, Mr. Holmes.
Good morning, Mrs. Hudson. Lovely day, isn't it?
I suppose. I woke up. That's something.
Yes, that is something. Mrs. Hudson, today I think we shall have square sausage and black pudding. No reason one can't have both.
Someone worked up an appetite last night.
I did not say a word. Perhaps we need to be quieter.
Where's the fun in that?
I must say I'm quite pleased with how I've turned the tables.
How have the tables turned?
Usually I'm the one who is mystified by what has just transpired and must ask you question after question merely to achieve the most basic of understandings. This morning, however, you are the one with all the questions.
I am indeed flummoxed.
Good.
I hope I am not being indiscreet by stating I hope you will continue to flummox me.
Oh, I think we're both going to do our share of flummoxing.
They drink their tea. End of play.